Billionaire husband Wissam Almana after 5 years of marriage. They plan to raise their 3-month-old son together. However, many experts say the pair's religious differences really could have a huge impact on their co-parenting. Jackson grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and Almana is Muslim. Some say co-parenting could be easier if the pair decided on just one faith to raise the child under. Others say it should be up to the child as they grow older.
Joining us now to talk more about this, to consider, when co-parenting with different religions, is our relationship expert and pastor, Derek Triplett. Derek, good to see you as always. What do you think about that? Should people, switch religions or whatever when they get married and as they're raising kids, or is it okay?
This is very, very tough. There is no easy answer to this question. One of the things you have to look at, especially when you're dealing with Middle Eastern religions versus Western religions, it's very, very different. It's very, very difficult. Some people, especially with Western religions, have a very passive approach to their religion. Yeah, I'm Christian, yeah, but we don't really go to church. But when your belief system determines your actual behavior, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, right. Absolutely, because for many people, their religion is their way of life,
yes.
Right? Okay, so, and this is probably even more common that what we see in the United States is you have one parent who's Jewish and one parent who's Christian, and they celebrate both holidays. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a great idea. It allows the child to be very aware of both religions. It also allows the child that when he or she is older, they can make a choice. But you're informing both ways, and that's the critical thing. When you're dealing with Muslim versus Christian or Muslim versus Jewish, that's a total different thing. Right. You're dealing with behaviors. You're dealing with views on women. You're dealing with dress. You're dealing what is conservative and what is not as it relates to women. It's going to be a very, very difficult thing for them. But for Western religions, it's important to just inform, and then the child makes a decision after that.
If you raise in two religions, don't we also instill in a child a sense of tolerance as well? Because, and that seems to be what's lacking in the world, is intolerance towards other religions. And if you say, well, this is what mommy believes, this is what daddy believes, you get to decide as you get older what you believe, all of a sudden, it's okay to think differently than someone else. I can still love this person and yet have a different faith.
It's a great point. Tolerance is so very, very important. I don't think it's the mom and the dad that ends up being the issue in many cases. It's the extended family. Yep. What does the extended family? This is our beliefs. Why aren't you bringing up my grandson this way? Why aren't you bringing up my granddaughter this way? It is the extended family, which means there's going to have to be some conversations that are layered out throughout the family to say, here's the situation that we're in. My advice to people is, before you get married, talk this through. Sure, yeah. Don't get in this situation if you absolutely, because it's difficult once you get through.
I'm curious, I just want to follow up on that. Do you think it's generational, that older generations maybe are not as tolerant, and as the newer generations maybe a little bit more open-minded?
Well, you've got to understand that, one, the older you are, the deeper the roots.
Sure.
So true.
And so it may not simply be a matter of intolerance. It's a matter of my strength and my commitment to this faith may be a lot stronger than someone who's in their 20s.
Right. And sometimes it's the religion that's intolerant, and that makes it challenging too. So.
Absolutely. It's tough. The best thing to do is make sure that in the dating process you talk through this and understand your core beliefs are not going to change just because you fell in love with somebody.
True.
You have to make sure that they can handle what your core beliefs are.
That's a great point. Derek, how can our viewers find you?
DerekTriplett.com, WOKB Radio.
Always great to see a friend.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here.
Jamie King.